Hello, this is Chapter 1, Section 2, Operations with Integers is the title. What do we mean by operations? Operations in algebra typically mean that we're talking about things like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. There are other operations, powers and square roots, for example, but for our case, we're going to stick with some of the most basic ones, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And we'll start with addition of integers. So let's complete the following sentence. To add two integers with the same sign. Well, what do we complete that sentence with? If I'm going to add two integers with the same sign, what should I say? Well, looks like I should say the following. To add two integers that have the same sign, we're going to combine the two values using direct addition. For example, if I wanted to add 5 plus 3, I'm going to get 8, a very direct thing. On the other hand, if I wanted to take two values with the same negative sign, I could add them directly, just numerically. Well, let's look at the next one here. To add two integers with different signs. Well, this one seems like a little bit more of an odd type of thing to say, but let's talk about the idea that we could combine the two. If I can type in right here, we can combine the two numbers using subtraction. That is, take away one number from the other. Usually we can just treat it as a direct subtraction, but we should go through and illustrate with a couple of examples right here. So let's talk about, for instance here, part A. We want to take negative 8 plus 6. So what does that mean? That means take 8 away from positive 6. If you're on a number line, a really good way of visualizing this particular situation can be seen by taking our two numbers and saying, well, if I were to go 6 to the right, so here's 0, go 6 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could then count. If I'm adding negative 8, I could count on my number line 8 to the left. A negative indicates go to the left. A positive means go to the right. If we visualize it that way, that means we could start out at 6 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We need to go two more places to the left right here, and we end up with negative 2. So we're starting at positive 6. We're ending at negative 2, which is 8 places to the left of 6. You could also think of this as 6 minus 8, but as an operation, this seems to make sense. Okay, how about our next one right here? We're taking negative 3 and adding negative 72. Well, if I'm going to add these two numbers right here, first of all, they both have the same sign. So that means we're going to combine the values and keep the same sign attached. So if I were to add 43 to 72, I know that adding these two gives me 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. 44 plus 7 gives me 11. 115. So my result, negative 43 added to negative 72, will be negative 115. Well, how about this situation? We've got three numbers that we're adding together. Well, if we go with our situation, we're going to take our first two numbers, 15, and add negative 26. Well, what would happen? Well, okay, we're going to take 15, but we're going to go 26 points to the left of that. This really amounts to a subtraction. I know that the difference between 26 and 15 is 11. But since the larger number is 26 and it's negative, we're going to say that that's the same thing as negative 11. So our addition right here, 15 plus negative 26 plus 9, becomes negative 11 plus 9. And just like our first addition, if we start at 9, we go 11 to the left, we're going to end up with negative 2 as the result. Happy addition.